Welcome back. We're taking another look at a third alarm chemical fire just south of downtown Omaha. And evacuations are recommended for people near 13th and Leavenworth to 20th and Woolworth. The fire is burning at a company that makes concrete ceiling products. It's called Knoxcrete, and they work with chemicals inside of that facility. And here's a map where the evacuations are taking place. It's between 20th and 18th near Woolworth and Center. The first call of a fire came in just before 7 o'clock this evening, and we're continuing to cover this story for you tonight. We have Ron and Isabella back live for us, and let's Isabella, she's live at the Old Market, and Ron Johnson, he is live at the scene of the fire. First, let's check back in with Ron. Ron, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Mark, we are where we saw you last here, South 20th Street, right away from Poppleton Avenue. You can see the flames have died down just a little bit, but this fire is not out by any means. Lots of water being put on this building. Again, the Knoxcrete building. It specializes in concrete, chemicals, and that kind of thing. So a lot of that was likely burning inside that building. I did have a bit of new information I wanted to share with you guys since we saw you last year at 10 o'clock. I asked the battalion chief that we heard from earlier about any evacuations or if anything, or if any spread of the fire happening at this time. He said there was no spread of any flames, which is good news, just smoke right now, and that they're still recommending people in the area that we've been telling you about to go ahead and evacuate. Now, again, many of us got that emergency alert on our phones about evacuations happening in this area because of the wind shifting at this large fire. Of course, we're going to continue to cover this. You'll want to stick with us here on 3 News Now, on air, online, anywhere you get your news updates with us. And of course, we'll have a full wrap-up, of course, tomorrow morning on 3 News Now this morning. But for now, live along South 20th Street, Ron Johnson, 3 News Now.
All right, Ron, thank you for that report. As Ron mentioned, around 10:21, when he came live to us, he said the flames have died down just a little bit. Those flames are still not out, though, and that recommendation of evacuation is still underway. And before we get to Isabella, again, the fire department of Omaha had recommended earlier tonight an evacuation due to smoke and fire, 13th to 20th, Leavenworth and Martha, and also avoid entering the area. Let's send things over to Isabella Basco, who is live for us now. Isabella.
Well, Mark, police have left blocking. Earlier tonight, they were blocking 20th and Leavenworth. Now they've moved down to Pierce Street. You can see kind of a faint blue lights behind me. They tell me that obviously you can still see smoke there. Crews are still battling it. It was earlier today that there was a shelter in place in north and downtown Omaha due to air quality and environmental concerns, but there were still plenty of people and bystanders out and about curious about the aftermath of the fire because they wanted to see what was happening, and they say they had never seen quite anything like that before. Even after they got those phone emergency alerts, there were still people out on the streets, but we did talk to a couple of people who are evacuating because they're concerned about any possible hazardous materials in the smoke and how it could affect their health. So we're going to stay around and see what we get around here. But for now, live near 20th and Leavenworth, Isabella Basco, 3 News Now.
For that report, Isabella, we'll continue to follow this for you on air and online. Let's send things to break. More news after this.